this morning. Let's go ahead and just do some push-pulls. So go ahead and go in front, push out, squeezing down and back. Going through your own pace here, feeling the squeeze, feeling the press forward in the chest, shoulders. Go ahead and come above, pull and down. Upper body warmed up here. It's going to do a little bit lower body, do some butt kicks. It's going to high knees.
If you would have asked me to do these last week, I would have told you to go jump in the lake. I couldn't even lift the legs up.
Oh no. All right, some twisting punches here. We have the core and the spine of these. Let's go ahead and just do some overhead punches one by one here. Some windmills coming up and around. Side to side lunges, coming out one side, sinking into that hip, feeling the stretch and opening in the opposite side, groin. All right, we're gonna do those leg swings again, so this is gonna test our balance, so if you need to be up next to a wall, feel free. You're gonna plant one foot down, we're just gonna swing in front, kind of loosey-goosey. And then try to swing behind here. Good. Go ahead and plant the opposite foot, and when you're ready, go ahead and swing in front. And back. All right, let's do some back lunges, and you can choose what kind of twist you want to do, whether it's an upright twist or bending over twist. Your own pace again. Whatever this warm-up looks like for you. Maybe do some like twist, the reaching twist, or and then you switch to upright twist. Done. Go ahead and finish your last one. Shake it out. Hopefully our heart rate's up a little bit now. Okay, we're gonna start off with overhead squats this morning. I would probably suggest just doing these without any weights if you feel, as we're still warming up for sure. If you feel like later you want to do, pick up one weight, go ahead with that overweight or overhead, that's fine. But we still want to make sure we have a nice strong core. We're coming down into that overhead squat. It's really easy to come down like this. I want to stay nice and upright, right? When I sit back in those hips, come down, squeeze it up, okay? Ready? Going ahead, 8 to 12, okay? Sending those hips back. Knees will bend to follow. Bracing the core. Tucking that navel into the spine. Shaking that out. Next we're going to do full curls. So something what you want to do for some biceps here. Okay, so full curls, when we're doing a full curl, we start with a normal curl, right? Coming down. And then we end with a reverse curl, right? So we're curling all the way up, normal curl, flipping the hands, palm down, coming down. Okay? Ready? Here we go. 12, Watching our hips, are we going like this? If so, this might be an indicator we have a little bit too heavy, or we just need to brace our core a little bit more. Nice neutral wrist. It's gonna work that grip strength on that way down. Breathing. All right, whatever weight you have now, probably just setting down one of those and keeping one and the other one. We're gonna work on this bend press. Okay, I'm gonna hit our chest, a little bit shoulders here. All right, so taking our weight, taking our dumbbell, we're squeezing it in, right? We're trying to push it, bring our hands together, like we're trying to smash the weight together, okay? So always engaging, coming out nice neutral to almost, usually we're gonna have a little bit of a bend in the arms and coming back to the chest. As you're squeezing, you should feel that chest really working here, into the shoulders. Squeeze. Breathing. Is our core still nice and tight? Are we bending at the hips and low back? If so, maybe you need to bend the knees a little bit. Squeeze the core. Ladies. Good. We can set down the weight now. So it's gonna work. This first one we'll do it without, just so you guys get comfortable with having the overhead. We're doing overhead calf raise. So next time again, just like the overhead squat, if you want to grab a weight next time, have it over your head. Great. Okay. So overhead calf raise, we're just reaching up here, coming up on our toes, and back down. So I want us to be mindful in our calf raises. A lot of us, when we come into a calf raise, our ankles come out like this. We want to avoid that. We want to come up on the toes so they're still nice and aligned without bowing out at the calves here, okay? So only coming up until you start to feel maybe, and sometimes if you can see in the mirror, sometimes that helps. Alright, we're going to come to the floor. You can either bring one weight or two weights, just depends on what you have. So skull crushers here. Show you here with both options if you have one or two. Alright, so one weight, skull crushers coming to our back. So when we're doing a skull crusher, it helps to make sure we bring back, we want the weight basically right above our forehead, okay? That's where we want to start. We don't want to start right above our nose or mouth or anything like that. We want to bring those shoulders back. So the weight's basically, if you were to drop it, it would be just barely miss your head, okay? So we're coming to that area, we're pinning those shoulder blades, and then we're just moving from the elbows, coming almost all the way to the floor, and then we're squeezing up using our triceps, okay? There's one. If you have two lighter weights, same thing, just using two weights here, okay? Coming back down and squeezing up, all right? 8 to 12 when you're ready. Feel that squeeze, extending the arm straight. So just because the arm is straight doesn't mean it's gonna be perpendicular to the floor. We're still gonna be at kind of that angle, so the weight ends right above our forehead yet. So we're not moving from the shoulders. next, one weights, archer rows. Okay, so archer row, deciding what weight you want here. We're gonna come into a side plank, and typically with an archer row, you wanna be on a high plank, but if that hurts your wrist, feel free to drop to the elbow. So coming into the side plank, so we're kind of killing two birds with one stone, coming down here at the weight, squeezing back with that shoulder blade, coming down, just like a shooting a bow and arrow. Okay. 8 to 12 on each side. Breathing. These are tough. Feel that squeeze, bring that shoulder blade clear to our spine. Working our back as well.
You just go the other side right away.
Yep, when you're ready. Good. Good job. Breathing through it. Nice work. Taking a breath. We're gonna want probably our lighter weight. It looks like a lot of you have that already. For the next one, our last one, we're gonna do a Turkish get up. All right. Remember these? Yep. So lay on the floor. We always want the weight above us, right? So we're working through trying to get up on the floor, off of the floor. Weight's always above us, okay? Coming up, overhead, right? Let's go ahead. I do want us to try 8 with each arm, okay? So take your time,
Okay.
moving through. If that's too difficult, you can actually just practice too without a weight. If you'd rather, you can do it without a weight as well, okay? Not the reaching up overhead today. No shoulders. If you finish your 8 on one side, take a breath. Feel free to take a breath before you start the other side too. Wait, overhead. Whew. As you hit your 8, take a second. Like I said, if you need to.
My arm won't stay up anymore. I can't even keep it.
Well, if you need to sub out for a lighter weight, like a 5 or something like that, feel
Yeah,
free.
that'd probably be smart.
It's got 3.
You can do it, ladies. I'm here, I'm struggling with you. You can do it. You can do it. You're almost done. Like I said, if you need to drop the weight, finish off your last couple or go down a size, feel free. Doing good, doing good.
You said 8, right?
On each side, yeah. I'll get your heart rate up, huh?
Yeah, no good.
Should start with those maybe.
Oh, I'm glad we ended it.
All right, taking a break here, grabbing a drink, walk in place, do whatever you want to do here. Maybe see if you need to switch out a weight or grab an extra weight or whatever for your next time. Feel free.
I have 1, 5, 6.
All right, we're gonna start off in about 15 seconds here again. Gonna do those overhead squats. So we can just do what we did with no weight last time, or if you want one weight above your head, you can decide. We're gonna do a little bit. All right, taking a deep breath, starting about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Overhead squat, sitting down, nice and supported inner core and up. As you start doing these, you start feeling pressure in your low back. Might want to just drop the weight. Just work on moving through these without weight. Taking a breath, we're gonna work on those full curls next. Hitting our arms. Alright. Coming up, palms are facing out, we in, palms face down. When you're ready, 8 to 12. Good. Always checking in with our form, especially as we get a little bit more in. Form starts to slack a little bit. So always check in. Been awesome. Good work, ladies. Strong. Good. Taking a breath. We're gonna do spin press next. So whatever weight you want to do. I'm gonna do a little lighter than I did last time. So spin press, we're using our chest, right? We're coming out, we're pressing, trying to squeeze the dumbbell in the entire time, okay? So if we're just moving through like this, we're not actually squeezing. We're gonna get a little shoulder, so you're not really gonna engage the chest. So really squeezing is gonna engage our chest here, right? When you're ready, 8 to 12, really squeezing out, squeezing, pushing, pushing. Good. Nice work. Breath, another shake here. We're gonna do overhead calf raise next. So if you want to have a weight above your head, 2 weights above your head, no weights above your head, you can decide here. You're gonna hit those shoulders again. We're doing that. Okay. It's coming up and doing calf raises. Again, we want to make sure we don't twist out, right? So trying to press through your big toe. Trying to press through your big toe. Oops. Is gonna help to make sure we stay nice and straight. Good. Okay, to the floor. Skull crushers are next, hitting the triceps. You can do one weight, 2 weights, whatever you want to do. Up. When you're ready, 8 to 12. Again, making sure the weight always starts above, right above our head or forehead. Pinning those shoulders. We don't want to move back, forth through the shoulders. Moving from the elbows and then squeezing with the triceps on the way up. Things to go. Second here. Archer row. Archer row. Hitting a high plank, plus a row. Get in the back. Between the shoulders. Start the opposite way. 8 to 12 on each side here. Whatever you can do. Option to not have the weight. Just move through this motion as well. Really feel that squeeze every time. Keeping a nice side plank as well. 2 birds with 1 stone. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Take a breath here.
Am I doing something wrong at my side? It hurt.
Well, it's gonna, I mean, you're gonna pull. I don't know what you mean by hurt. but-
Well, not hurt, like just, like, yeah, pull, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A side plank you're using
Yeah, that is true.
here, all
Okay.
here. So, yep. You're trying to, and you want to still want to squeeze the middle together. Right?
Yes.
So it's working the side. So if you squeeze, that should hopefully help. If you're having any issues with pain. So, okay, gonna finish off with our Turkish get-ups.
Oh, fun.
Let's go ahead and do 6 to 8 on each side here. Okay, whatever you can do. It's gonna be our last exercise today. You can do it.
Oh,
Woo. right, you can do this here. Remember, drop the weight if you need to. You can do this last exercise, just finish through. Woo! Breath. Drink.
Thank you for great work.
You're welcome. We'll do a little cool down here. Just go ahead and grab your breath.
I gotta go, so.
Bye-bye. Bye, Renee.
All right, let's just do a forward fold. Feet are together. We're right underneath our hips. We're reaching down. If you need to bend the knees just a little bit, feel free. And very slowly just work to straightening them. Releasing our hamstrings. Our low back. Let the head hang into ragdoll if you're not already. Couple breaths here. When you're ready, kind of bend those knees. And we'll stand up. Let's do one arm windmills. Alright, so one arm coming up. We're trying to keep our shoulders nice and square, right? When we're doing this, we don't want to twist a lot out of our torso. Switch arms if you haven't yet. Up, round. Good. Okay, let's come back to our lower body. Let's do the standing IT band stretch. So bringing one leg, wrapping it back around us, pressing our weight into the leg that's behind us. You can add in that overhead, really pressing into that hip. We're trying to open up the outer hip into that side. Upper breast, feel it relax, open up, maybe sinking a little bit more lower into that hip. When you're ready, unwrap. We'll switch. Turn that leg back behind us, again pressing into that hip, and you can add in that arm. Sinking in a little bit more into that hip, reaching for that side stretch. And unwrap. Good. Okay, back to upper body. Let's go ahead and just do some arm crossovers. Pulling our shoulder away. We worked on those rows where we're trying to bring our shoulder back. Now we're just pulling it away. Now for our shoulders up to our ears, we're going to very slowly try to release it away from our ears. Yep, a lot of us do that. It's just our nature. Let's hit our triceps. So just like we're patting ourselves on the back, bringing that arm up, over. We want to actively try to pat our back. We want to try to squeeze. Yes, we'll get a stretch even if you're not, but if you're actively squeezing, you'll feel more of that stretch in the back of that arm. Go ahead and switch. All right, let's do wide forward fold next. Legs are nice and wide where you're comfortable, hinging those hips back. We're reaching down for the middle to start out with the head hang. You want to have your hands at your hips. If you can't reach the floor on your legs, feel free. Whatever feels good. Then let's crawl our hands to one foot. We're gonna reach over our leg or shin or knee, wherever you are. Then let's walk them over to the opposite side. Working on straightening. If our knee is kind of bent, that's okay. Just nice and slowly, we want to try to work on straightening that leg out feeling that stretch every breath. Go ahead and come back to the middle. And if we can, let's do a twist. Okay, reaching up. And switching. When we do a twist, we want to try our best to try to align our shoulders. That's our ultimate goal. So one is stacked on top of the other. Go ahead, come down, bend those knees, squeeze the glutes, nice and slow. We've been kind of upside down for a minute, so take your time. Yeah, let's shake out, just kind of twist on the knee. All right, let's end with one of my favorites, the handcuff, right? So try to align our middle fingers, and let's do the bowing waiter. One toe comes out. Really actively, I want you to try to really squeeze the toe towards our shin as well. So you're gonna feel the front of the leg light up, and then you feel a nice stretch in the back of the leg. Go ahead, nice and slowly switch. Push those hips back behind us, like there's a wall behind our butt. And point those toes up towards our shin. Up, up, up. Nice and slow.